Guys, here we go. Got kind of a classic one. I've got a car with a check engine light on, and it needs a air fuel sensor, which is a fancy oxygen sensor, basically. And I go to open the hood to take a look at, and look what I found. So I go over here and pop the hood, and it doesn't want to stay up. And it's got hood shocks that I think you can see. If I take the camera here, you can see the hood shocks there. And you can see all the leaves there, and it doesn't want to hold up. And then I go, oh, there's a stick somebody put in there. And then I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to put this stick in there, and it's going to hold this thing up, I hope. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm looking at that stick going, that thing's not super, that's kind of sketchy. So I'm going to go ahead and replace these hood shocks, and they bolt down there with a 12 millimeter bolt. And then this guy bolts in, it's a 12 millimeter, and they're the same on both sides. Okay, sorry, the glare's a little bit bright. So I'm going to do that first, and then obviously this thing needs to be cleaned up. Okay, so let me pause. Okay, so we've got this tool here that's made for holding up hoods, and I'm going to go ahead and extend this guy up here and get it so that this thing doesn't fall on me. I'm going to take this guy out. Put this guy up. I'm a little more comfortable with this guy than I am with the wood stick. Okay, so I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to swap my extensions. Get a shorter extension, 12 mil socket. And I'm going to reach over here, take this guy off. Oh, that thing's starting to fall on me. So my trusty slick tool that's supposed to hold me up is not doing so great. All right, there we go. So I got that one out. And then the next one over here, I'll go ahead and get this side off. So both of those are off. And then I'll take my wrench and I'll reposition the camera so you can see a little better. Maybe if I go right like this. There you go. So now I'm going to unscrew this. And it doesn't seem to want to come out of there. So it's like getting tighter. So let me see if I can pop that off. Sometimes what I can do is get underneath here and just grab these things. That's going to drop my prop rod, I think. Doesn't seem to want to pop off of there. Okay, so I'll put my prop rod back up in. Hopefully I don't die young. There we go. And I didn't want to pop off. So I may be kind of stuck having to find a way to get this unscrewed bolted. So it was not wanting to come out so easily. It is unscrewing. I'm going to get some penetrant spray on that. So I'll take my JB80 penetrant that you can see right here and get some right in there where the threads are. I find it works pretty good if it can get into the threads. And I'm going to reposition my, there we go, my hood prop. See if I can get this loosened up, and it's coming. Not as easily as I want, but it is coming. I noticed that the new prop rod has a clip that makes it easier to unattach. I'm going to show you what I mean in just a moment. This one doesn't. This one just pops on and that's it. Now it's coming out fairly easily. And hopefully you can see what I'm doing here fairly well. And let's get the rest of the way by hand. No, I can't. Okay, so I was unscrewing this guy right here. And in the kit, they're going to give me a new one of these. They actually give me two of them. And I'm not quite sure why they give me two, except they suppose they expect me to replace them on both ends. And on the other end, instead of having this kind of a guy, it has a bracket like you saw me take off. This is not the right size. This is a little bit smaller than a wrench. I'll go ahead and take this most of the way down, and I'll probably have to get a tighter fitting wrench. It looks like it's an 11. Doesn't look like a 10. That's pretty unusual. So I'm snugging it up. Let me grab an 11. One sec. So believe it or not, it wasn't even an 11. It was a 7/16. So there, it's on firmly. Now I'm going to grab my new shock. My new shock comes like this, and it's got this clip here. And if I pull that clip loose, I should be able, they put some grease in there, which is kind of cool. It should pop right on there, although I think that this might, there, it just pushes right on there. It goes. So I'm going to fling this around and lift up the hood here and see if I can get this up. Yep, popped right off. That's not good. That's not good. So I'm going to see if I can get this bolted down first. You probably can't see me bolting it down right there, but you can see what I'm doing now. And I'm going to go ahead and bolt that down. And then see if I can get this guy snapped on here. So I'm going to get my battery operated ratchet and snug this up. And that's tight. Now I'm going to go ahead and let the hood down on this guy. The hood is really heavy. Okay, I got it on. And I got it in, it's popped on, it doesn't want to pull off, so that's good. And it is holding on its own, but for safety I'm going to go ahead and put the prop rod back in here. Kind of holding on its own. So get that prop rod back in there. And then I'll come over here to the other side. Take this one off here. Let me get this way so you can kind of see a little bit better what I'm doing. A little bit better. So I'm going to take my 12mm wrench and I'm going to go ahead and kind of go back, kind of going loosening and tightening so I can get it loose a little bit. I'm going to get my penetrant. And see if I can, and I don't know if any of the penetrant actually got into the threads. It's my hope that it did. So I could spray it while I'm turning it. That might make a little more sense. I'm going to tighten and loosen. I'm going to spray a little more. Just trying, hoping I don't strip something. Feels like I got a little bit in there now, because all of a sudden, when I went forward, backward, it got easier. I just dropped my prop rod out of there again. So I'm going to make sure I get my shoulder into this thing so it doesn't fall on my head and kill us both, you and me. There it goes. It's off. I'm going to come over here and reposition the camera so you guys don't die. Get my prop rod back in there. There we go. And then get my other bolt here. And I'm over on the other side, so let me just tilt this down over there. And I'm going to thread this guy back in. Okay. And I'm going to get my other lock out of the package, which you can't see me, but that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to get my other bolt. And I'm going to get my battery operated ratchet, bolt it in. And put that guy down in there. Trying to get it started. There we go. Make sure it's good and tight. And then I'm going to rotate this guy around. Get him up there. Snap him on, hopefully. There. The clip. What I'll show you is that the first time I put that one on there, the clip didn't engage. This time when I put this on, the clip kind of came back and then snapped on, so I know it's locked on. If you need to take these off next time, you just put a little flat blade screwdriver right in there, pop that clip off, and then it'll pop off. Now I can take my hood prop rod away, put that on the counter there, and now this holds up nicely. All right, that's it for changing those, what they really call lift supports or hood prop rods. There we go. Let me go ahead and stop this guy.